What is up, everyone? And welcome back to the show. I'm Meli Ortiz.
I'm Camila Ramón, and this is Hasta Abajo, baby. We have a beautiful show lined up for you today. We're going to hit, some Hispanic Heritage Month celebrations. Obviously, Latinas, it's a month, baby. We're shouting out some trailblazers that inspired Meli and I along the way. And also... What are we going to be talking about?
Also, we ain't bearing any lead here because we have, breaking news from this week, which I'm so excited to learn more about. And I know you as our audience as well. So we're talking to Cami about her very new single, her first ever, No Hay Fotos. We're getting the very exclusive interview with the very new artist. And it's only here on Hasta Abajo. So drop the beat.
But don't make such a big deal about it.
Drop the beat already. Drop the beat.
Okay, well, we hope you have your cafecito prepped or whatever your drink of choice is. You want some mate, you want some vodka. If you're Meli, she'd be drinking at all hours of the day. Just kidding, just kidding.
Okay, how you gonna throw me on the bus like that? Guys, this is coffee, okay?
Perfect. Yeah, I got some cafecito today, and honestly, I went to my local coffee shop, and then I was like, should I get something for my husband who's still asleep? I was like, I don't have time. And he went to a coffee shop while I'm recording this podcast. So I was a little selfish. I'm not going to front. I just got coffee for myself. Does that make me a bad person?
Kind of. I mean, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Right? That makes me a shitty person? Fuck.
Me as an absolute coffee lover, shout out Kickoff Coffee, my coffee company here. I have it on my hat today, actually. I'd actually be really, really disappointed in you, amiga.
100%. Yeah. Sometimes it'd be like that. I'll make it up to him some other way tonight. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Oh, what?
That's not what I meant.
Wait, what?
Anyway.
Hello? What is going on here? Oh my, okay. I'm just going to take a sip of this coffee, y'all. Woo!
Changing the subject. We are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month right now.
Yes, we are. And there are so many incredible people that we need to celebrate. And I think that the list is so long that I wish we had hours upon hours and upon hours to shout them all out, right?
Yes.
And that is including from athletes to artists to people like you who listen to our podcast, because we know that your stories are true and through your journeys as well. And also our own family members. And, Cami, you're an immigrant. My parents immigrated to this family. There's so many incredible stories. And that's what makes the beauty of Hispanic Heritage Month so beautiful, because there's so many great stories to tell and journeys. So I'm going to catch up with, I'm going to start off with one that just comes to mind. And it ain't because I'm Colombian, y'all, but it's because, but it's because she's a goddess. She's a legend. She's still on tour, which is crazy because I feel like, Cami, we went to her concert.
I'm not Colombian. Ago. It's true.
We went to her concert months ago. It feels at this point like years ago, but she's still rolling. She's still singing. And it is the one and only Shakira. Y'all. Yes. I want to just shout out, not only because the fact that she's still going, she is a beautiful goddess. She's incredible talent. She has done, and she will be completing over 80 shows for Las Mujeres Ya No Lloran World Tour. And that's 58 shows in Latin America that she has kicked off or will kick off. North America, 28 shows. And so this is a tour, this tour is record breaking. And you just have to give it to someone who has been so consistent, but at the same time, she had her time where, she dedicated her life to her kids as well. And it's so respectful to see that, and so inspiring to see how a woman like herself could be such a global superstar, but, then have time to focus on her family, but then reinvent herself as well after everything she went through, and then is absolutely crushing it in tours worldwide. So cheers and shout out, y felicitaciones, y bendiciones, y salud. A Shakira.
So she did over 80 shows, you said?
She will be once the tour is finished at the end of this year.
Insane. I hope she needs to share her recovery routine, because whatever she's doing is working for her to be able to move her hips like that every night. Listen.
Yeah, because, you're going to need those tips for tonight.
I hate you so much. Also, our girl Gale opened up for Shakira in Mexico. She just posted about it. Shout out to Gale. We're so proud of her.
Yes.
She's honestly like it makes sense. Like her newest single Ciao just dropped and it's absolutely iconic. Like I love the song. We were talking about it in our latest interviews. If you want to learn more about Gale, make sure you check out those episodes. But she's an absolute icon. And I love the acoustic versions that she sings of all
Oh
her
God.
songs too. She's
She
so good.
she has a voice of a goddess. And you
Yeah.
mentioned like Shakira has to drop her routine. There's two people in this world that need to drop their routines. And that's Shakira. What is her beauty routine? And Gale too. Like she's beautiful. Her skin is like radiant. I'm like,
Yeah.
girlfriend, just drop your routine. Drop
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I was saying more so like Shakira needs to drop her recovery routine
No, I
because
know. I know
like
that.
I'm 30 and my back hurts. Like, you know what I mean? And she's been doing 80 shows. So I need to stretch.
Well,
That
we
reminds
know
me.
we know why your back hurts.
Oh my God. I'm never
It,
gonna get away with
por ser una perra
responsable.
responsable o
Because I'm twerking
irresponsable.
while I'm biking. That's why my back hurts. Anyway, who else are we shouting
Okay.
out, Meli?
All right, we have another shout out, and this is to a Latino, Carmelo Anthony. If you are a basketball fan, earlier this month he was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. He's a 10-time NBA All-Star. He played most of his 19-season career with the New York Knicks. Shout out New York, and with the Denver Nuggets. But one special moment that he did have, which I think will hit home with many of us, is he talked about his Puerto Rican father. And he said, quote, "To my father, Carmelo Iriarte Boricua, you left this world too soon, but you never left me. Your name is my name. Your spirit walks with me in every step I take. You were a poet, an activist, a fighter. You taught me without even knowing the words matter, that words matter, and that vision matters." And so those types of words and types of
I'm crying.
inspiration, no, literally
That's so sweet.
those types of words are obviously they hit home, like I said, but it also shows that him being of Latino descent, Puerto Rican descent, some people don't know that he is Puerto Rican, and I think it's something to further celebrate. And I love that he shouted that out and shouted out his heritage, especially the celebrity and the all-star and the all-around talent that he is and has become.
Respect.
Yeah. All right. Do I have more, or are you going?
You have one more.
I have one more, girl. I mean, they just keep, I'm telling you, the list is too long. Okay, we also have one of my favorite people who I had the great honor to have played against her, and that is to Brazil's Marta. If you don't know soccer, Marta is an all-around GOAT in women's soccer. She holds the crown for the most goals scored in a FIFA World Cup, and she is FIFA Best Winner. She has all of the awards and recognitions that you can imagine, but not only that, she has sustained a playing career even to present day, which I believe I think she's like 39 at this point. She still plays for the Orlando Pride and for the Brazilian women's national team. But she has been a huge inspiration, not only for Brazilians and women's football in Brazil, but also for South America and the world at large. So Marta, la brasilera, the all-around baller. Again, felicitaciones. I don't know how to say that in Portuguese. How do you say that? Felicitação. No sé. Oh my God, I just butchered. How do you say that? How do you say
Oh
it?
my God. I'm not gonna embarrass myself like you just did.
Maybe I was right. Maybe I was right.
Maybe you were right.
No. Or is it, wait, is it parabéns? Is it parabéns?
That sounds more like it. Yeah.
Let me see. Parabéns.
Should I continue and then you come back?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go.
Let me save you from this.
Oh my God, it is. I got it right. Parabéns. There we go.
Incredible. Bye.
I do it.
Okay,
go.
I think also it's very important to shout out people within our communities. And I have my list of people, which I'm sure I'm missing people from this. So you guys, I literally wrote it this morning, like right now, as we were starting this podcast session. So I love you all. And if you want to add anybody from your local communities that we need to be supporting, please drop them in the comments so that we can go ahead and support them and so that other people can see these people that also inspire you. So I want to start off by giving a shout out to Tatiana Diaz, who is the Remezcla and Hip Latina editor-in-chief. She's an
Yes.
absolute boss. She had her podcast down to a T. Meli and I were both on it, but she's just an absolute icon girl boss and somebody who is actively working to support Latinos. And she's somebody who's like in our literal communities. Like you will see her
Mm.
at local events, you will see her supporting people and having real conversations. So respect to you. I want to give a shout out to Julie Saprado, who is the founder of Rizos Curls, that with no funding was able to create her own business. And now
Hmm.
they're at Ulta. She is absolutely killing the game. She just received the Hispanic Heritage Award. She's an absolute boss. She is outspoken about issues happening in our community, and we just love her. Also,
I buy her products now. I told you that, Cami.
I love Rizos Curls. She's the one that made
Uh,
me realize that I have curls. And that's why my hair was looking like, my hair was just like, meh, like, just
yeah.
like, frizzy and wide. And then she was like, "Do you or have curly hair?" And I was like, "Oh." And then I used her products, and my hair was like incredible now.
Literally, I'm growing my curls back. See, they're coming in. They're coming in.
Oh yeah, but you have
Shout
so
out
much hair.
Resource.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I know. I
Yeah.
know.
So not to be confused, guys, I'm wearing a wig right now. AJ Ramos is our boy. We love AJ Ramos. He's
Yes, we
Latin
do.
culture and music expert and executive producer. He is head of artist partnerships, Latin music and culture at YouTube and Google. And he is an active participant of our community. You will also see him at events. You will see him supporting people. He is having beautiful conversations, and he's one of the most supportive people that I have ever met. Like he's like a champion for Latinos in the space, and he believes in people of our community. So shout out to AJ. We love him. We stand. We're trying to get him on the podcast, but we're all traveling at different times. So if you see an interview with him,
everywhere.
He's an absolute boss. So hopefully we'll get him on the podcast soon. Vicky the Fit Chick. That's my girl. She is a fitness Latina baddie. She is out here showing us that we can be strong, that we can feel powerful in our bodies. Vicky the Fit Chick. We love her. Follow her on social media. Obviously, we have to talk about my Peloton girlies. First off, a shout out to Mariana. Mariana was actually the first instructor to teach classes in Spanish on the platform. She launched the Spanish language yoga program. She started doing meditations, and she was a big inspiration. I remember I was like doing my interview, and like during my interview process, I saw that she was launched, and I was crying like a baby because her launch video was so special. It was like so true to who she is. And obviously, our girl Robin Arson, big boss icon, one of my biggest inspirations in the fitness space, especially prior to Peloton. Jess King, we love her so much. She's an absolute icon, and she shows up exactly as herself everywhere. And then Hannah Corbin, my little spicy pepper, she is an icon. So those are my Latinas that are present on Peloton if you want to support. Also want to give a huge shout out to my girl Yanel Ramos. She's a journalist for Univision 34, and I have seen this girl work so hard for years. That job is so challenging.
Oof.
She has been doing the morning shows for so long. I'm like, I don't know how you wake up at like 2 a.m. every day and then still have the energy to come and train with me in the afternoon, but she would do it. My girl Jessica Molina, she has a blog. What's that platform for the people, right? Their articles. Substack. She has an incredible Substack with, it's very thought-provoking. It's very beautiful. And she talks about like her journey as a mother in the space today. And I'm very proud of her for everything. She also doesn't stop. Sandra Velasquez is the founder of Nopalera, which is a luxury bath goods line that started being sold in Nordstrom. I think her story is also incredible because she builds everything up from the ground herself. Like she had absolutely no experience, and she made this incredible successful business that now carries Latino forward products that people would consider not people would consider, but that arguably people have been told these are not luxury goods, and she made them luxury goods and pushed them into the luxury market. Now they're being sold at Nordstrom and other places as well. So check out Nopalera for sure, and they smell incredible. Our girl Tefi Pessoa, we love her. Tefi talks.
Yeah, we do.
She's a boss. She's an icon. That's all you have to say. You know Tefi, and if you don't, you need to get on it. Your bestie, Isa Echeverry. You want to give her a shout out?
Heck yeah, I do. Isabel Echeverry, who we had her here on the podcast. Check out that interview.
You have to listen to that interview.
It was so good. And it was also hella funny. But She is not only a former teammate of mine on the club and national team, but is also my best friend and kind of neighbor. We literally live 10-minute walk from each other. So lately we've been going on our 30-minute chisme runs or walks.
Love.
Yeah, and it's honestly the best. But shout out to her. She is not only a badass who works for Telemundo Deportes and she covers soccer, but she's also an incredible, knowledgeable Latina, and you're gonna see her continue to impact in so many different ways. And when she tells me like what her daily schedule is of what she's doing, like in so many different sectors, I'm like, girlfriend, go off. So that's Isabela Echeverri.
Then we have Rachel from Buddy's Coffee. I'm not sure if you guys saw the story of Buddy's Coffee that was getting pushed out of Brooklyn. It's a Puerto Rican coffee shop. It was local. It was very like community forward. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, she got pushed out of her location in Brooklyn because of pricing and other factors. And the community was very upset about that, naturally, as was I. Um,
Mhm.
but I'm very happy to announce that I saw her actually at Peloton Run Club last week on Wednesday,
No
and she's
way.
opening a new coffee shop on the Lower East Side. So we have to go and we have to support.
Let's go. I
Yeah.
love that.
And then to wrap things up, because I just got distracted by the coffee, Colmado's Coffee on the Lower East Side in New York is so good. So if you're in New York, you have to stop by Colmado's Coffee. They have these delicious, like I think it's like mango matcha situations. It's like
Ooh,
very like traditional, like Latino, like coffee drinks and matcha drinks that really, really hit. I think it's very. The owner's Puerto Rican as well. And
love.
then the last Latina that I want to shout out is my girl Meli. I'm so proud of you, and you
Me,
inspire
Meli?
me every
Me,
day. Yeah,
Meli?
I love you so much, and I'm very grateful for the ways that you push me every day to be a better person, a better friend, and also a badass like professional. Melissa does not stop working, you guys. She is, I don't know how she does it. She is just a prime example of a powerhouse person that like literally does not stop and is able to show up professionally in every setting that she is in. So thanks for inspiring me. I love you so much.
Oh,
And
thanks,
thanks
dude.
for being a good
Oh,
friend.
don't make me
You
cry.
don't
You
have
know, it's
to
not
give it back
easy.
to
You know,
me.
no, 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 no. I want everybody to stay right there because I'm about to toss this to break because I'm about to give you your flowers as
Oh,
soon as we get back from
oh
this break.
God,
Okay,
get me
stay
off this
tuned.
light.
All right, everyone, we are back. And as I promised, I have to throw Camila Ramon her flowers because not only has she inspired me, but she is inspiring so many people through something that she just achieved. And this is incredible because this is a conversation Kami and I have been having for months now. And she's been showing me snippets and like the process of like what she wanted to achieve. And she's finally done it this week. And we talk a lot about what it takes to achieve a dream on this very show. We've invited artists on the show, athletes on the show. And honestly, it takes so many different things, right? But it takes one thing, and that's the leap. It's the courage and it's to do what you want to do because you're passionate about it and how important it is to have a vision, to see it, to write it down. And where I'm going with this is that our very own Camila Ramon shot for the stars recently with releasing her very own single, and not just a single, okay, but also a whole music video. And it's called No Hay Fotos, and it dropped on September 18th. And so we all have to give a huge applause for Camila because she just did something so incredibly inspiring. And I know what it took out of you, Cami, because maybe it was at some point out of your comfort zone, but it was something that you wanted to do and you had it in you and you freaking did it. So, girlfriend, congratulations. You did it. You dropped it. No hay fotos. Congrats.
Thank you. I love you. And if anybody knows more than anyone, it's Meli that I was like, wait, should I drop this? I'm not going to drop it. I was like, I'm not going to do it. Like, why? Like, am I going to do it? No, yeah, I'm going to do it. Then I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. So it's been a long journey. I want to give you a shout out because you have helped me emotionally through a lot of it. So thanks for being there for me, friend.
Heck yeah. I remember was it beginning of this year you were talking about it and I was like, you got to do this. Like this is incredible. But how long behind the scenes has this really been going on? Because I don't know, when you started talking to me about it, I don't know at what point that was at, but give us the down low of like how this all started.
Yeah, I think that one of the first like moments that I realized I wanted to start like singing was when I guess it was a process, right? So for me, working out and training has always been like something very personal to me, and I do it for work all the time. I'm not to say that that's not enjoyable, right? But I think something important to note is that when an activity that you're doing is very like work related, sometimes if you're going through something, the release is not in that same activity that's relating to where your work is, right? And as passionate as I may be about um, working out or
Yeah.
training, right? After a moment, I realized like, hey, like running isn't necessarily having the same effect on me because at least like for that mental release, because I'm teaching running classes, number one. And then also like while I'm running, I'm listening to the music and I'm like, oh, how can I turn this into a playlist? Like, oh, I could be talking about this. So I was like working while I was
Yeah.
running instead of like just letting my brain do its thing that I normally would. So I was like, what if I need to like pick up like do something different, like do something absolutely different. And it started about like 3 years ago when I was
Wow.
like, I need to try something new. And I remember that I went to like improv classes and I really liked improv classes. I thought they were super fun. um but then I took my first vocal coaching class and I was like, I was singing and I was like, this is so meditative and this is so special. So it became a like a release to me.
Wow.
And then I started taking more and more and more and more singing lessons and singing classes, and I became obsessed. And I just started like singing so much, so much, so much. And I started exploring music, and naturally where I work, it's like very tied in with music. So I was like, I essentially from there just like started exploring music and like different avenues. And I remember I even like Googled how to write a reggaeton song. and then
That's
I
amazing.
and then I started like, I mean, you have to start somewhere, right? Like
Yeah. Wait.
we're
Yeah. Speaking of somewhere, how was your voice in your first vocal class?
it was pretty, I mean, my vocal coaches will be nice and say that it wasn't so bad, that I have like good like yeah, they would say that it wasn't so bad, but I hated it. Like, and I was like, I don't want to do anything with it. But the thing is that I enjoyed it so much that it didn't so much become about my voice. Like, I don't
Yeah.
even really know today if I have like a nice quote unquote nice voice. I just know that I like to sing. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
it's very fun. And I think that that's what's the most important thing. Like for me, I never had the intention of like releasing any of it. I'm just having fun with like a hobby and a project. I guess it's very
Yeah.
Sagittarius of me to turn a hobby into something that it becomes public. But I think that that's where the direction that we were going in, like, is just like about fun.
I love that. So, okay, you take vocal classes or singing classes. Um, you Google how to write a reggaeton song.
Yeah.
But tell us what the process was like, and from the very beginning, from when you
Okay.
said, when your brain was like, "Holy shit, I want to make my own song," to the whole process and the journey to present day.
Okay, so I DM'd now my very close friends Alex, and he is my producer now. And I was like, hey, I want to write a song. Will you work with me? And he was like, let's talk. So like I had a conversation with him. I told him that he was going to need to be very patient with me. And then he agreed to start working with me. And we created our first song together along with a composer named Silas that we worked on
Ooh.
everything together. And we like I finally went to record it, and mind you, I had sent him like so many takes of me singing, because this entire time you guys know that I live in a 1 bedroom apartment, right? And you know
Yeah.
that my husband is in law school. Hashtag poor Luciano. So I need to paint the picture for you guys because I do not have a desk. I
You also didn't get him coffee this morning.
I know I'm such a bitch. I um So I'm like on my whatchamacallit, not the counter, the dresser. I have a
Okay.
dresser. My back hurts because I'm on a stool every day, leaning forward, singing into my like really shitty mic. Like my voice is barren. There's no protective like barrier. I'm singing into the microphone like so loud, and I like send this guy like the first take of the song. He's like, okay, yeah, like that. We need to, and he sends me feedback, and I was so terrified when I sent it to him. I was like, be nice. I was like, don't be mean, be nice. And he's like so straightforward with me, which is so nice to work with people like that, but also like
Yeah.
kind, and like he wants to see me get better. So they were a huge like active like part of this entire process, and I'm so grateful that I found them. The world works in mysterious ways, and it was just really nice to find somebody randomly like that that's actually like really good people to work with. um what else was so then we made the song, and then I listened to it, and I was like, wait, this is fun. I enjoyed the whole process of it. Like it's so fun
Yeah.
to like get into like a different world and like create something that takes you out. And I remember when I talked to him about like the kind of like song that I wanted to make, I was like, I'm naturally a sad girly. Like I gravitate, if you play sad music, I will be sad. And I realized that growing up, which is why I play primarily like reggaeton or dembow, because you can't be upsetty listening to dembow. You could arguably cry in the club, but like that's not the type of music that I listen to today, and that's not the type of music that I want to be playing. Like I want to make happy music because it's what I listen to today. So it ended up being something like a little bit more like club forward that we ended
Okay.
up making. I don't know if I'm actually gonna release that track, because that track is the first track that I've ever made. It might be the last one that we release, but I'm not sure if we're gonna release it.
Have I listened to it?
Yeah, I think it's the first one that I showed you.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
remember it.
But I sent it to my manager like without like no explanation. I just sent him the file, and he's like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Just listen to it." He's like, "Is this you?" He's like, "Wait, this is kind of lit." And I was like, he's like, "What does this mean? Like, do you want to make music?" And I was like, "No, I don't know. I'm like doing it as a hobby, but like I really had fun with it." He's like, "Just make a lot of songs and then see like if you like it or not before you decide to do anything." And throughout that entire process, like my we this has been like a year in the making. Um, in the middle of that process, my cousin Fede passed away, who
Hmm.
was a big part of my life.
Yeah.
And I talk about it all the time. My tattoo on my wrist reminds me to live my life with levity, to dare to do the things that like I wouldn't dare to do, or because I feel like people expect me to lead my life in a certain way. And that was like a big push for me, especially in the last like 4 months, where I was like arguing back and forth with myself as to like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Like, is there a need for this? Like, and at the end of the day, it's like, why not? Like, you have, number one, I'm having fun with it, and the reality is that I want to continue to have fun with it, and that's the primary thing. Like if it's so enjoyable for me, and it's something that like has made me feel really good. And the crazy thing about like art or music, it's like not everyone's gonna like it, so I'm also exposing myself to like criticism from other people in a
Yeah.
way that like I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for. I'm prepping myself emotionally for it, but I was like, I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for this. Like, why am I asking for that for myself? You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
think it all has to do with intention. And my intention was to share this with my community or with the world in hopes that people also have fun with it. And maybe somebody likes it along the way.
Yeah.
But that was like the final like driving factor that was like, yeah, why not?
Okay, for people who want to get out of their comfort zone, or maybe it's not out of their comfort zone, maybe it's within reach, but they're a bit fearful to make the jump. Or
Uh-huh.
maybe there's so many excuses, like I don't have enough time, or I have to do this, or I have to take my kids to soccer practice, or I have to, like there's so many things that people have to do in their day to day. But
Yeah.
how did you like prioritize doing that, but then also balance that with
Girl.
losing the fear? There's fear involved, right? With
Yeah.
launching anything new. Um, so how did you balance that and I don't know, like just really execute? I think at the end of the day, action is what really is the most important thing, right?
Yeah. I think the best like remedy to fear is practice and preparation. But there's only so much that you can practice and prepare before you have to
Mm.
jump. I could have waited 4 more years to release something that was quote unquote better, something that's quote unquote more my sound. These are the first songs that I'm making.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sound like this later. My voice is going to change. You know what gave me a lot of confidence too is going back and listening to like artists' first songs. Like I went back and I listened to Fade's first song ever. At least that's on Spotify that he like dropped, and I was like, this doesn't even sound like Fade. And that's okay because we all evolve. Like if you listen to whoever your favorite artist is like right now, or whatever artist you think is poppin', that's not the type of sound that they were expressing from the jump. Like they were so different, and that's okay. It's part of the human experience. Like evolving is so great. Sorry for the sirens. Good old New York City. What was your question, Meli?
Oh, I miss the sounds of New York. My question is, how did you balance, dealing with prioritizing that because that was your goal, but then also dealing with maybe the fear to take action and actually, release a song?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't thinking about like the fear of it, mainly because I wasn't really sure. I was just focused on like having fun and like completing like the things that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I think the most challenging part was my schedule, honestly, because we didn't stop. I don't know if you remember, but like February, I was like in Miami. I was shooting scenic for Peloton. Then I went to like 5 different places in May, and then I came back, and then I traveled more, and then I came back, and in the summer I was traveling more. So like the weekends I wasn't really here too much, and then when I was here, I also have a husband and I have to call my abuela, you know what I mean? So it was very challenging for me to make time, but like I stay home all the time just to sing. Like on a Sunday in the afternoon when like sometimes I want to be walking around outside, it also makes me really happy to like sing, and I prioritize that. I after class when I get home, sometimes it's like 7 p.m. I'll hop on and I'll do my vocal warm-ups for 30 minutes, and then I'll sing for 30 minutes, and then I'll close my laptop. This is all happening in my bedroom while my poor husband is trying to live his life, by the way. So Luciano's an angel. If you see him, give him a gift because he deserves it.
He also deserves more closet space.
Yeah, 1000%. We know that. He doesn't care about the closet space. Sometimes I do know that he wishes it was a little bit more quiet, but he's so kind about it. Yeah, I think and I traveled to Miami with my microphone so that I could take singing lessons while we were shooting scenic in Miami.
Wow.
And nobody from Peloton knew what I was doing. I didn't tell anybody about it. I just wanted that consistency for myself. Like I do my vocal warm-ups when I was traveling in random hotels, and people probably thought I was insane that we're walking like across the hallway or whatever. It's probably not the worst thing they've heard, but at a random hotel.
Depends at what time of the day or night.
But I tried to be as consistent as possible because I think this is something that I wanted to see through as well.
Wow. Let's talk about the song itself. No Hay Fotos. So what made you name the song with that name, but then, the inspiration behind that and the lyrics?
Yeah, I think naturally I'm a very nostalgic human being. Like I'm a very nostalgic girly. And I think that the inspiration for everything that I'm doing, like at least visually or sound-wise these days, always comes back to like where I come from and who I am and like the way that I grew up. So it's very much so giving like teenage angst, nostalgia, like 2000s. It's like very cutesy. I remember when Alonso Alok sent me the beat, and then I was like, I want something fun, and I want it to be fast, and I want like just like I need it to be like there has to be a mix of so many things. And he like sent me the beat, and the first beat was very different from what this was. The first beat was like even more so like very poppy.
Yeah.
And now he sent it to me, and he's like, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this. He sent it to me, and I was like, I love it. I put it on. I was dancing on my couch, like I was hopping around my house. I remember the first time that I heard the beat, and then I was like, we need to make let's make a song to this, right? And I think the inspiration behind a lot of the music that I'm making right now comes from like those first moments of like my relationships when I was like younger, and that naturally takes us to the 2000s. So it has that like 2000s like angst, the nostalgia, and it essentially is like about like un pelotudo in like a shitty breakup. Like, no hay fotos que solíamos tener tú y yo. Like, we deleted them all. Like, I'm not here for your games anymore. A lot of people that don't speak Spanish are listening to the track. They're like, I love it. What's it saying? It's about a breakup, and it's not that deep. Like, and that's okay.
I love it. I remember when you first played the song for me, I was like, what? Maybe I was like your manager. I was like, wait, is this you? You know?
You were like, what genre is this? We don't know.
It's all of them, which I love because as soon as that reggaeton part hit, I was automatically obsessed, obviously. But then when I saw the music video, and I know you had been planning to do this for a while, and you had inspiration behind that music video. When I saw it and that reggaeton part hit, and you're like slouched over, and you're like that, like that, like that. I was, like moving your hips left and right, and I was just like, damn, this one slaps. But about the music video, what was the inspiration around that? Because one of the things that I'm super curious about and how artists do this is like relay a message through videography of what they want to convey through their music.
Yeah. I was like, my best ideas happen to me like right before I fall asleep and or while I'm journaling. So I was about to fall asleep and I had a That's So Raven vision. I said, oh, I know what I want the music video to be, because I had been listening to the song on the plane, and by this point I had decided that like if we're gonna release it, because like literally up to the day before that I posted the video, I was like, maybe I just don't post it, like maybe I just don't do it, you know what I mean? Like I was like, in my head I was still like, there's no need,
Yeah.
But like I had a vision and I was like, oh my God. So I went and I wrote it down. And from the jump, I was like, I need there to be abs next to me. I was like, I need there to be abs next to me. I spill the coffee, slap him in the face. Originally, I was going to slap Adrian in the face.
Originally, you were going to have me, but I wasn't available.
No, for sure. I did ask you. Those abs are great too.
Not as good as Adrian's though. Yo. Okay.
I told him, I was like, bitch, this needs to be on the cover of Men's Health. I'm going to use this image because we have stills of no coffee on the abs. We have stills of a lot of coffee pouring onto the abs, and we have stills of the coffee cup bouncing off his abs. I'm like, this needs to be on Men's Health. Also,
ladies and gentlemen,
you're welcome to all the sucias out there, because I know that I'm doing the Lord's work. So you're welcome.
Sucias, sucios, todos. Right? I'm like, these need to be released.
Yeah. I wanted the beginning of the video to be like, oh, men are trash. And then the girlies celebrating. So yeah. And then I was like, I want to pour the coffee. I want somebody to pass me sunglasses. I want me to be like this. And I want to put the sunglasses off. Then people take off my jacket. And then I just start running. The original idea was going to be a continuous shot. But like, I don't have the fucking budget for that. And that's insane. That would be absolutely insane. Yeah. But my vision came to life. Shout out to Bryce Saucier, who was the director for the video. If you guys need anything, hit him up. He's an absolute icon to work with. But yeah, it also helps when like the people who are shooting the video are like know what kind of quality you're looking for and understand the vision. I will also share with you guys, but I have like scrabbles of like each shot that I wanted line by line that I drew on the plane when I was coming back from, I don't even know, LA, I think. I was coming back from LA and I was like, oh, I have it. Like, I was like, let me draw it all out. I look like Medusa in one section because my hair is like, you'll see it later.
I love it. What challenges about being a singer maybe you have gone through that perhaps you didn't expect?
Honestly, none. I'm having fun. Like I'm trying not to judge myself for it. Okay, so yesterday we're recording this the day after my song released. Yesterday was a very emotional day for me. Not just because of the nervousness that I was dealing with, but also because it was something that was a little bit deeper for me. I told you guys about my cousin, so it was very emotional for me in that way. So I had to call Agus de Giovanni,
shout out Agus,
mental performance coach, who's a mental performance coach that we had here on the podcast. And I was like, hey, I want to start working with you. What a better day to start than like the day that I released my music. I hopped on Zoom call with her and she's like, "You look like you've been through it today." And I was like, emotionally, yes, it was an emotional roller coaster. I was so overstimulated. I slept like 9 hours last night. Like I needed it. I was unwell, but in the best way. Obviously, these are all amazing things, but I was like, one thing that I'm not ready for is people talking shit about me online. Like,
Yeah.
and that's gonna happen, and I'm putting myself out there, but I think that preparing yourself mentally, and she's like, I deal with athletes all the time with these kinds of things. Like professional athletes have to deal with like so much like negative comments coming from people online, and I think that it all starts with the judgment that we put on ourselves. So I'm actively working through not judging myself, or like at least like registering the moments where I'm like judging myself, which is very similar, I think, to what my process was when I was learning to like love my body again. Um, and it's going to be a journey, and I know there's going to be times where like I might read something that's like mean, and I'm like, why are you being
Yeah.
mean? Like somebody wrote a mean comment there. Honestly, I was very surprised. All I fucking love you guys. So if you're listening to this, thank you for your love. I don't know what I did to deserve you. The Peloton community is something absolutely fucking incredible. I know there's people that are not from the Peloton community that were also commenting on that video that are like happy for me. Thank you, I love you, but like the Peloton community is just something, like I love you guys so much. The Mila Mafia, like you guys make me feel like so wonderful, and I hope that that's because you guys know the intention of how it is that I want to make you feel. Now I'm getting emotional. Because I think that my whole life and my whole career I have been wanting to make other people feel good, and getting that back from my community is so special. And it's so nice to see that like people care about me, and like in this way, even though like, you know, the intention is for us to like have fun, it's really nice to get like love back in that way. And I was honestly expecting like so much more hate, and it's so nice to see that people are like kind, you know, in this world where like it's really tough out there right now. Like the world is like, we're all sensitive, and everything's like so black and white, and there's so much like negativity and like so much shit happening, and so many emotions that are happening in the world right now. It's just so nice that we can have this like, you know, little nook where we just like are kind to each other, nice to each other, and we like listen to silly songs and have fun.
I love that.
Uh,
This is what a moment, honestly. And you truly deserve it. And I started this segment with, you know, giving you your flowers, but
don't make me cry more, Meli. I love you.
things are reciprocal in life, and you know, you give so much good energy out there. You have inspired through your platform and also through Peloton so many people to change their lives, or even a spark of happiness for their day. And so I think that's exactly what you're receiving in the comments or after releasing this song, the feedback. It's an appreciation for the impact that you've given, right? So as I can relate, like as sometimes as like a shocking, and it's like, oh my God, like this is amazing. It's because you deserve it, you know, at the end of the day. So wipe away those tears, girlfriend, because
they're happy tears.
They're happy
you
tears.
You guys know that I cry for everything. You know me.
I know.
This is a big deal though. Like
I know.
your love means so much to me. I know that this is something that like I'm not ashamed of crying, because like of the beautiful community that we have, and it's very nice to see, like literally, like I only blocked one person yesterday.
Please tell us why.
They just said something mean, and I clicked on them, and I was like, you don't even follow me. Get out of here.
People have the nerve. Oh my God, it's happened to me so many times too. It's like, who are you? Like, did you just like hate yourself in your life so much that you don't even know me or follow me, but then you just want to just send out negativity to the world? Dude, it's hilarious.
I'm just a silly girl making music. Leave me alone.
I'm sad. Okay. All right. So now that you've released your song, which you say is for fun, do you have any goals after this?
Honestly, to continue to have fun is number one, and to like have a nice space with my community. I have more music, you guys.
I don't know. She's got more music.
Yeah, I have more
Let's
music.
go. Let's go.
The next track should be dropping like end of October.
What? We just got a
Yeah.
teaser. We just got a teaser.
Yeah. And there's more after that.
What? We just got more teasers.
Yeah, it should be. It's. I've been now that we ripped the band-aid off. We might as well just And there's gonna be tracks that people like, and there's gonna be tracks that people hate. But at the end of the day, it's really not that deep.
Yeah,
like we're just having fun, and that's okay. And I hope that you guys enjoy it, obviously. And I hope that if you need it, it's there for you, and if you don't, you don't. But I think the primary thing is to enjoy it and have fun. And like I think something that's very true to what we've all been talking about is that like we can do whatever we want with our lives, and taking ownership of what it is that you're doing with your life is something so powerful.
Mm.
And if you think that it's crazy, you should do it. And if you're like, if you're thinking about it and or if it makes you feel good, you should do it. And if then you want to do something else with it, you shouldn't judge yourself for it. Like you can just do it. We have the opportunity to lead our lives exactly in the way that we want to lead it. And you're allowed to change your mind later too. If later I'm like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I could not, but I also could continue. And I think that not judging myself for the decisions that I'm making moving forward, taking it day by day, track by track, song by song, is what I'm focused on. And then also like continuing to show up with our community. I don't know if you guys listened to the episode with Agus de Giovanni, that I was like this listening to her. I was literally I was like so close to the screen listening to every single word that she said. What she mentioned about you being whole was so important to me, because I'm always gonna be Camila who's hyping you up. Also, you all need to fucking relax. Dramaticas. Everyone's saying I'm leaving Peloton. No, I'm fucking not. I love this job. It's my favorite fucking job in the world. I love you guys. Like, I'm not fucking going anywhere. Like, even if I have in the future, I might have a show, which terrifies me, Lord knows. Like, I'm going to continue to, like, be there. What do you think? I'm going to leave my job? It's a full-time job. Like,
I have two questions for you. Two quick questions. One is, genres for the upcoming songs.
Oh,
can I ask that?
So
we have to go to break soon, so I just want to.
Yeah, so I think we're going on a journey together, and we don't know where we're going yet, because I honestly don't know the order of that I'm gonna release the songs just yet. Everything's different.
Okay,
it's very exploratory, and as a true Sagittarius, like it's a road trip, but like we don't know what the destination is, the next one.
Love. All right, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, and this is a question that we ask all of our guests, right? And especially you, but de arriba hasta abajo, how would you describe your journey with Latin music?
Oh, with Latin music?
Yeah.
With Latin music, it's fun.
Okay.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun. It's joy. It's joy and it's fun, and I always want to keep it that way. And if it ever turns to something different, then maybe it's it's time to reevaluate like the decisions that I'm making. But it's always going to be present in my life because it brings me joy, and I'm involved now in this way because it also brings me joy. And the hope of me sharing it with the world is that it also brings at least a couple of people some joy, and that we continue to have fun in the process.
Amen. Well, thank you, Cami, and congratulations again. Honestly, I'm proud of you. Our listeners are proud of you. We are super pumped and excited to keep on tuning in and listening to your upcoming tracks. That's going to take us on a journey that we don't know the destination yet, but we're here for that. So applause for Camila. Honestly, keep crushing it, keep inspiring us. And again, we're so proud
Love
of you.
you. Would not be possible without you, because Meli has held me together so many times after so many like breakdowns and stuff, and she has supported me from day one. So I love you, and thanks for listening to my songs with no judgment.
Let's go. All right, y'all. When we come back, we've got sports and music for you, so don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everybody. We call this part of the show Hágame Famosa. Let's take things off with some music, and then we're going to get into some football. Yes, Meli?
Yes, let's do it.
The big news. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Most people know about this already, but Karol G is headlining Coachella 2026. I saw that and I was like, this just makes sense. The Tropico Queta set. I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited. She joins other headliners, Sabrina Carpenter, who's also going to be an icon. The outfits there are going to be insane. I don't know if Sabrina Carpenter fits. I don't want to pin two queens against each other, but like Sabrina Carpenter fits versus Tropico Queta fits. It's going to be hard for us to for them to top one another. I feel like they're going to be pretty parallel in the wardrobe there.
I 100% agree. They're both iconic.
However, I do think that there might be some tassels on the titties for Karol G's performance, in which case I would like to say that she will probably win.
Why do you think there's going to be tassels?
It's not a competition.
Is it because of the piñas during the NFL halftime show?
Yeah, it's giving piñas during NFL halftime show for sure. So Karol G released her album Tropico Queta in June, and it's going to take the stage on April 12th and 19th. I was like, I need tickets. I was talking to my friend Olivia Amaro. If you know her, you know she's obsessed with J Beats. I was like, we need to go. One day for your mans and the next day for my girls. And then she also just performed at the Grace from the World concert in Vatican City. And later this month, she will be the first Latin artist to perform at Crazy Horse in Paris. We were just talking to our producer, and I was like, we need to go.
Yes, please. I mean, I feel like, well, if you were to get invited and you could go, would you also go in, did you say booby tassels?
Titty tassels?
Titty tassels?
Why not? It's Crazy Horse, right? I feel like that's allowed, apparently, from what I have seen. At least pointy Madonna tits.
See, you could totally pull that off. I don't think I could pull that off.
I think you could. I just think you have to own it.
Maybe it'd be. We talked a lot about being out of our comfort zone. That's definitely outside of my comfort zone. But it's all a journey, right?
I feel like if you just did a one-off and wore it, then it might be a little costumey. But if you slowly start to gravitate towards pointy things, I already have spatulas in my closet, spatula shoes. So I think it's not that far off from my wardrobe. Maybe you're right.
Spatulas to titty tassels.
There we go. She's got range.
I love it.
What's up in the world of sports, Meli?
All right. In el fútbol femenino, in women's soccer, the NWSL is pretty lit, y'all. Not only in record number viewership and the growing game, but I wanted to give a shout out to the Kansas City Current, which became the fastest team in the National Women's Soccer League, NWSL, history to reach 50 points, and they did it in just 20 regular season matches. They are absolutely on fire. And if you didn't know, and you wanted some just brief background, Kansas City Current has by far been one of the most impactful clubs and organizations in women's soccer. The influx of ownership in NWSL. This one's led by Patrick and Brittany Mahomes. Of course, Patrick is the NFL superstar, and Brittany is his wife, who also played soccer, both college and pro or semi-pro. She played a season in Iceland. But with this huge motivation to impact women's soccer. And so what they've done at Kansas is incredible. They built a women's specific only stadium and training facility. And if you haven't been there, you need to go and either catch a game or visit the facility because it's absolutely incredible. But this is where they're at in the season, not only become, like I just said, the fastest team in the NWSL to reach those 50 points, but if Washington were to tie or lose in Los Angeles, which they tied with a 2-2 score line just last night, so the current win over Seattle Reign this weekend would clinch the Shield. So the Shield is winning the regular season trophy, so let me rephrase that. If Kansas City Current beat the Seattle Reign this weekend, in which the time this podcast will be released, we'll already know who won or lost. Kansas City could be the Shield winners. But also want to shout out their players too. Claire Hutton, she's only 19 years old. She's already made it to the U.S. Women's National Team, and she's an absolute baller in the midfield. Lola Bonta also. Shout out to our veterans, the women over 30 as well. She's absolutely crushing it in the league, and she also earned a call up in the last camps to the U.S. Women's National Team. So that's Lola Bonta. And Temwa Chawinga as well. She's an absolute baller and a force. I can't even imagine having played against her. But yeah, Kansas City Current are surely leading the force, not only talent-wise, but organization-wise as well. So that's my Hágame Famosa segment in the world of sports.
Slay. Love to hear it. Well, you guys, clearly this was an emotional episode for me, so I'm going to lie down. Thank you guys for being here. It was so great. Happy Latin Hispanic Heritage Month. Meli, we're going to be vibing and perreando all month and all year as per usual. Like I said earlier, if you have any people that you want to shout out, any businesses, any Latinos that are out here just killing the game, drop them in the comments of this podcast. So we want everyone else to see who you're really like messing with, vibing with these days, that we can also support on our end. And we're so proud of you for, if you're doing your thing, chasing your dreams, we're so proud of you. Keep going. Thank you for supporting ours always. And don't forget to stream Hay Fotos, okay?
Yes, definitely stream No Hay Fotos. True banger. I've already been listening to it on my music platforms. And again, thanks for tuning in, y'all. And we'll catch you next time on Hasta Abajo.
See you next week. Bye. Hasta Abajo is an iHeart women's sports production in partnership with Deep Blue Sports and Entertainment.
For more podcasts, listen to the iHeart Radio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.